Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we've got another team comp for you. So, as you can see, I've been trying a lot of stuff with dragons. They're just by far the most fun I'm having with mercenaries right now. And, we're using a bunch of the new units, so, what's not to like, right? So, for this comp here, we are trying the fire dragon strategy. I know Alex Straza seems like a kind of nice fit in here too, but it is a little tricky to find the room for her right now. And Rag is just really, really important in kind of the meta we're in right now with so much freeze running around between Belinda elementals and Varden freezes. It's just really, really good. So that's kind of why I figured, hey, we'll try a fire backline, and you can always use it as an alternate open if you're suspecting more frost heavy stuff. But honestly, the dragons aren't as bad into frost as I first thought they were. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily the most favored matchup in the world, but I think there are ways to get through it. And again, we do have that fire backline, so if you do know your opponent is frost or you're really suspecting it, you can open with that kind of alternate lead and try and see how things go. So for our equipment, we are running Bottle of the Infinite Stars on Longjin. It's just really, really powerful equipment. Dragon synergy, one of the biggest things about dragons is the fact that they just keep healing themselves and buffing themselves, and it's just really, really good. They just have so much sustain. They are just, if you don't have the means of like one-shotting them sometimes, they get out of control really, really fast. And then we are running the Pearl of Yulon for that extra damage resistance on our other dragons. That 4 health is just, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really, really is. Just that extra layer of protection combined with all the healing we can do adds up really fast. And then the kind of MVP of the dragons here is Sinestra with her healing. She is just so strong with that mana barrier, being able to target other dragons, and Twilight Extinction giving us that big nuke. Mana Brooch, definitely the best equipment on her right now. Then for our backline here, we are running a fire backline with Geddon having his Mark of Conflagration for that extra fire combo damage with Inferno. Belinda with her water elemental, so we can start freezing stuff. We can start enabling our fire combos, scaling up some fire damage, throwing weakness on stuff. And then Ragnaros. Right now, with all the fire stuff running around, you really want, Rag or Grom to kind of help deal with some of these Belinda openers. So he's just kind of a given, and with the extra fire synergy, it just makes a lot of sense. So that is kind of our overview for the comp here. Before we get into the games, if you enjoy this type of content, do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really does a whole ton to help out the channel and keep the Mercenaries videos coming. So without further ado, let's get into some games. Alright, we've got our first game here with the Fire Dragons. Not too sure what our opponent is going to open, so we're just going to open our dragons and see what happens. Localar, Jaina, and Varden. Okay. This is actually pretty good for us, I would wager. As the nice thing about dragons is we go pretty slow. Interesting, no death rattle on the Varden. Very interesting. So I think we want to send in damage there and there. The real question here is going to be, do we send the Sinestra into the Jaina or the Varden? Definitely a tough one. I think we want to send it into the Jaina. So one of the nice things about dragons here is we do kind of play around the local are very nice, and our damage protection is very powerful. Okay, so now we're going to heal up, I think. Want to heal up our Sinestra. It's also possible we could go for a heal here. Might be needed if we want to avoid a snap case scenario. We can also opt to swap positions here. I think that's going to be worth doing, even if it does risk buffing the local R. So we will do that. Question is, do we mana barrier or do we twilight extinction? Well, let's think about what we're going to do with this here. I could go for damage, however, damage won't kill that. Damage here would pop the Jaina, which could be nice. Could also go for health, but 10 health isn't really a ton. I think we will go for the pop on the Jaina. And I think we're going to try the Twilight Extinction. Oh, and look at that. We just barely lived the snap because of that. That's fantastic. Jaina popped. We aren't slow anymore either, which is pretty nice. Jaina can die to the bleed. That can kill that. That'll die to the bleed, and we could do this for health, but it's probably not worth buffing up the local R anymore, because we'll just take that damage anyway, so we might as well just play slow there.
Job's done.
Actually, we might as well do this on here, because the local R will die to the AoE anyway. Yeah, let's do it like that. Oh, of course. Wow, that's absurd. Oh, but we live at the 1 health? Okay. So they get uber punished for not sniping down the Sinestra, even though they got insanely lucky to begin with there. But now they are down to low HP on the Varden. We can just throw down Ragnaros here. Belinda and Valera. Okay. So Rag was definitely the right choice then, as we cannot be frozen now, which is pretty important. These two are probably just going to die, but that is okay. Go for big damage on the Belinda. Should kill off the Elemental too. Yeah, he punched into Rag as expected. Not a big deal at all for us. Alright, so we get our other fire units in here, and I think we should have no problem just cleaning this up. So we will go for the damage here. damage and die insect. So this is actually working out pretty well. I think dragons and fire might complement each other pretty nicely. The Rag did a ton of work this game in shutting down their freezes, even though they did get a little lucky with their Sinestra, or not Sinestra. They did get a little lucky with their local R hits. Doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Yeah, look at that. We just absolutely clean up. Now it's a 1v3, and don't think there's a way out of this for the opponent. GG. Hey, 11k. All right. 2-1-3. That could be, this could be like a Shadow Valera potentially. That's the only thing I'm thinking of, like Shadow Valera GVT or something like that. Let's see. Well, we'll open dragons and see what it is. Oh. It's the mirror. This looks like nature dragons. Okay. So, we go there. We go there. Pro tip in the dragon mirror match. I've only seen it once or twice, but you do not want to swing with Sinestra on turn 1. It is her only option, and if you do, she's going to get hit for 80, I guess -5 from this. So yeah, don't swing. It's not worth getting one hit by Yulon. See, they swing. You shouldn't have done that, friend. Because now our Sinestra lives, and their Sinestra dies. Mouth comes in. Okay, that's fine. So now what do? We're going to swap these. We're going to probably heal up with Twilight Extinction. And I think we're going to Jade Flame Buffet for even more health. The only thing that's a little scary here is they can start scaling some nature damage pretty powerfully, but I think we just want to do this. Yeah, looks like they are going to scale it up. They do predict the kind of switch there, but it's really not that big of a deal. Because we can just heal ourselves now. Start dealing a bunch of damage. Question is... No, okay then. I guess there is no question. Alright, 2-2-2. Could be a lot of things. We will open dragons. At some point we'll open fire, but I've been liking the dragon openers. Oh, what is this? That is a wild Rathion. That's not something you see every day. Well, we're gonna try and kill it. Go damage there, damage there. See what happens. These dragons have been a lot of fun, though. I've really had a lot of fun with the dragons so far. The synergy between them is very, very powerful with all the damage resistance and the healing. Interesting. So I think we have to do that. Try and swap these. Heal up.
Job's done.
This will die to the bleed. Talking about some of the different stuff you can build with dragons. I know nature dragons has been the one I've seen a lot of people messing around with. Alright, looks like we successfully dodged what our opponent was trying to do there. And they've had enough. Dragons getting those early concedes. Alright, 2/2/2 again. Open up with dragons. Oh, something different. Shadow Valera, but not the Shadow Valera we know. That is a Tamsin instead of a Natalie. You don't see that very often. I think we opt to try and just focus this on turn 1. Yeah, they don't have enough to kill our guy. Maxing is the difference there. We just maxed him today, so that's actually pretty big. Fulgen dies to the bleed, which is always very nice. This could be like GVT Sinestra, like as a backline, so like they can have that flexible opener. Still think Natalie's a better choice if that's the kind of thing you're going for, but we'll see. It could be something different. Oh, it is something different. Look at that. Another Rathian. That is not what you expect to see. So they don't have a way to combo their Valera unless they boost shadow damage. Try doing it like that. Alright, so they do go for it anyway. Jeez, that was a lot of damage. Ragnaros time? I think it's Ragnaros time. They can just kill this, huh? So there's no point in doing that. Might as well just swing in. Yeah, it's interesting we're seeing people try this out. I actually have some ideas for Rathian too. That could be pretty cool. I just wish his tail swipe dealt damage to the left and the right. I think he would actually be very strong with that. He's not a bad character, I just think he needs a little bit more support. Be it fell or anything like that. Alright, so they're going dragon form with him, makes sense. We get that good damage on the Valera, which is huge, because that allows it to die to the Sinestra AoE Really nice for us. We'll send him Belinda now, I think. Actually, no, we won't. We're probably going to send in Geddon. They have 2 reds. Actually, we will. We will send in Belinda first. Oh, it's Ragnaros. Well, that makes this Belinda switching worse for sure. Set up the AoE. Big damage here. Whoa, plus fire damage. That can't be correct. That can't be correct. Oh my god. Alright, let's order this correctly. In fact, because of that, I'm just going to stack as many 5s as I can. Because we really want the local are frozen first. Cool build from the opponent, though. Anytime someone's trying Wrathion, I'm happy. I'm going to try him out myself soon. I do want to finish getting him all the way up, though, first. He's one of the last few mercenaries I have to finish. Now, it's possible they don't mean to be running the extra fire damage on Rag. I can't really see a reason why they would. Actually, it might just pay to go slower here. I don't want my whole board eradicated. I can avoid it.
Job's done.
Ow. Oh, but the Sinestro AoE comes in. 1 health, though. Ugh. That's annoying. I think we just clean up with Geddon. We heal, and we AoE.
Job's done.
Much closer than I thought this game would be, though. Much closer. I guess there is a flip here where they could deal a lot of damage, you know, if they hit the right target. Again, it's random, but... Nice, we get there. Sweet. Closer than I thought it would be, though, for sure. Cool build from the opponent. Don't know if I agree with the fire damage on Rag, though. Alright, 2-2-2. Could be a lot of things, but maybe we'll open fire this time to mix things up. Yeah, screw it. We haven't opened with fire yet, and I kind of like the benefit of being able to open one or the other here. Interesting. So it's a fire mirror. That's pretty cool. Not what I was expecting, but I'll take it. Don't really have to worry about the elemental here. We'll throw it into the Rag, I suppose.
Job's done.
They do have a bit of a health advantage here because they have a cookie bench, looks like. So it could be like CDC bench, which our dragons should be able to do very well against, I think. Okay, let's see. Damage there. Try it like that, I think. So the nice thing about this is this allows a triple dragon switch in, which should actually be rather good for us.
Job's done.
Let's try it like that. Alright, Belinda down. You can actually play around, get an AoE pretty nicely here. We do the Starfire Blast. It'll die anyway, though. So maybe we just do something like this, that, and heal.
Job's done.
Kind of like that. Just look at all that health. It's crazy. Now their cookie's pretty much dead in the water. And our dragons are nice and healthy. Sinestra's a little scary, but we'll heal up. We will damage the lock. Go for the kill on the cookie.
Job's done.
Interesting, so they went for the heal on the cookie to keep it alive, but we can now just nuke it with the Sinestra this turn.
Job's done.
No, we do it on the lock. Actually, no, we can kill Sinestra this turn, I think. If we do it like this, Sinestra will heal first, Then she will take 40, then another 19, and then 30 from our Sinestra. Sick. And now we win. GG. Alright, so we had some pretty sweet games with this comp. I really like the versatility of it. Fire comp did a lot of work as the backline. I do want to try nature as well. I know it's been one of the more popular builds, so I do want to give that a shot too. The Yulon buffing nature damage could actually be pretty big if you throw in, you know, even just a cookie from off the bench. I think there's some real potential there. So I think there's a few different interesting builds you can do with the backline. Cool thing about dragons is you can have them be your lead, you can have them be your bench, and they're still gonna perform pretty well, I think. The only thing is, you know, if you are running into a lot of Frost Valera with those water elementals in the start, maybe open with the fire instead of the dragons to kind of shut that down. Or you could even try a hybrid open, right? Like you could do Rag and 2 of the dragons, something like that. We didn't try it out in our games here today, but that's something I am going to try eventually. But overall, pretty happy with the comp. It's a lot of fun, really enjoying experimenting with dragons. So that is going to be it for this video, though. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.